Jmikola reporting live from Mia Sabon, previously Justin's Western style supermarket here in the heart of the Dion district. We're walking around, just cruising around, just looking for some Dr. Peppers, and lo and behold, I see this. Superman and Batman cider and cola, respectively, for basically $3 each. These are the last ones on here. So you're probably thinking to yourself, he's gonna buy these, isn't he? You're damn right I am. Jmikola reporting live. This episode is a long time in the making. We've got these things which I purchased months ago. These are two sodas. I have no idea who makes these. One is cola, one is cider, Batman and Superman varieties. We're gonna get to these in a moment, but before we do, while this is still warm, McDonald's in Taiwan recently introduced a Korean fried chicken. So hot on the heels of the KFC review. Looks like we got a little hand knit there. Korean fried chicken, McCrispy. So these are their thighs and wings chicken. I don't know where the rest of the chicken's going at McDonald's, but this is what we got here. This is absolutely drenched in a presumably a gochujang sauce. Right off the nose, they're a little sweet. I don't think this is going to stack up nicely to an actual Korean fried chicken chain, but I'll go for the actual. Do I want to be a lefty or a righty today? Let's go for the lefty. Is my hand too big for this? Is that looks like it just about fits? And maybe, oh, this is probably backwards. So this is made for righties. So that's, now my hand does not even come out of this. So you're noticing there's a little more substance here. So that's probably what you want facing the food. All right, so I'm going to eat this right-handed. That's probably how they'd have me do it in school. There, it fits pretty nice. I kind of look like a Mickey Mouse glove there. Okay, so yes, this is the McCrispy. It's got a lovely little design on the box. You can see like that. That's great. And BT21. I don't know if that's like, I can't keep up with all the Korean pop groups, but there's a lot of that going on here. If you've been in the Taiwan subways, you'll know when it's some Korean music professional's birthday. There's just billboards all over the place. Happy birthday, so and so. And they change these things regularly, and there's people posing for photos of this. I don't understand the whole deal with this, but I'm just reporting what I see here. So this is a glove that you actually want to use. So I've had the normal McCrispy here. I find the McDonald's menu overseas is just, it's I'm not gonna say it's great, but it's usually a lot better than what you get in the U.S. And it probably stands for fast food in general here. But this little plastic mitt here is, you can see it's just disgustingly. With normal KFC, Korean fried chicken, that is, we usually eat that with our fingers. But this is drenched beyond a degree that you would usually not get in American. Back in Hoboken, we love the Chicken Factory. Reviewed their Korean corn dogs before. So let me just take a bite here. This is, so you don't know what you're getting here. It's either a thigh or a drumstick, and they tell you it's random. So I guess this is a nice surprise. I guess the thigh is probably a better piece. So right off the bat, I can tell you it's not as crispy, and this is probably because of this wet sauce, not as crispy as the regular McCrispy. So I don't know if this is deserving of the McCrispy name. Kind of a mixagi here. But the sauce is not bad, but it's also just not terribly good. I mean, the breading is absolutely a highlight here. It's certainly not as good as you get on KFC, but again, for something from McDonald's, this is one of the better things you get on the McDonald's menu. I'd say without this sauce, though, but probably the regular McCrispy. It's an absolute mess, and so absolutely, this is not something you're going to eat on the go. I've been known to walk around with a hamburger in my mouth. But overall, I guess I'm giving this maybe a 5 out of 10. I mean, this is really a gimmick here. This is, McDonald's kind of phoned it in here with the sauce. Just got to get a napkin there. They actually didn't give me napkins in the bag. That's kind of bold assumption of them that this would be enough. I guess if you just go right into the meat, I mean, it is a fair bit of meat that you get on the thigh. Okay, not bad, but really, and this is already breaking here. So again, logistically, I feel McDonald's could have done a bit better in this, and their know the market segments here, but you can tell that this is a new item for them. They really haven't stress tested this glove. All right, so we're gonna put the chicken aside here. Maybe I'll come back to this. I just kind of wanted a snack. Mandarin class wrapping up this week, so just kind of wanted a late snack before we get back and get on with our day. So we got the cola and the cider here. So this is recently shared these with Pratik Mavani. Interesting, they're kind of not aligned here. So the front of the can for the Superman is, you can see it's aligned to the top. And with the Batman, it's actually off center. So is that saying something about Batman is slightly, his alignment chart is a little off from Superman. Superman's more of a sharp. I don't know where I'm going with this. In any event, these caught my eye. And now, why cola with the Batman? I mean, it's a black can, so that maybe that's Superman with blue, but his cider is supposed to be blue. I don't know. These are somehow Korean, and they are officially licensed. This is DC, Batman symbol, and WB on here, and Superman WB. I was gonna wait for Cynthia to try these, but really, these have been in our fridge, and we're moving out soon, so we just got to get through these. They're still, thankfully, because they're canned. If they were bottled, I'd be worried about these. I believe these came out last year. It's probably somewhere around like 2022 when I Googled these after I originally bought them. So they presumably have been sitting on a shelf in the Meiseban down the street from us in the Dian district. And these were the last 2 cans on the shelf, so of course I'm going to buy these things. The cola smells like a cola. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, what did you expect me to say? It's sweet. I'm going to say this leans more towards a Pepsi flavor than a Coke. It doesn't have that sharp bite in a Coke. I don't know if I talked about this before, but I prefer Pepsi in a bottle, but Coke in a can. And then if I'm going to say a bottle, I'm saying like the big plastic bottles here. If you're talking about a Mexican Coke, that's a whole different spectrum. That's a much better soda in general. But this is a passable cola, and I think the fact that it's kind of the sweetness is kind of flat there. Like it hits you right in the front of the palate, and then the back of the palate it kind of waters away as if there's been like some ice dilution here. So I don't know how you're getting this in a can, but this is maybe a factor of it being in a can for so long and sitting on a shelf. I have no idea when this was manufactured. The back of the can is entirely in Korean, and there's a fair bit of traditional Mandarin translation there. Traditional Chinese translation there for the Taiwan market. Over to the Superman with the cider. This really can't tell you what this smells like. This is bizarre. This is not a cider. This is actually Sprite. So something is clearly lost in translation there. Really got to show you what this looks like. Do we have any glassware here? We absolutely do not have any glassware here. This is a seat of the pants operation here. All right, I'm going to use the little Rickalua. Is it Rickaluna? Cafe Rilakuma. We got these back in 2020. This is the only thing we've got for glassware here. Everything else is these IKEA opaque mugs. So I'm going to pour this in, and you can see this is clear. So this is very much a Sprite. It's got a good foam on it. I'm going to say that's better than but like where does this fall between Sprite and 7-Up? I really couldn't tell you. Maybe it's definitely not Mountain Dew, though it's got a little bit more of that citrus flavor. These are both very passable beverages. I would not recommend these. You have no other choice, but you're just buying the gimmick here. And just let me see the Batman, since we just want to see what the inside looks like. It is, I mean, that's a cola color there. Well, you can see it's got the caramel color. And it's somehow just getting worse the longer this is open. Really just not good. Is that grit? Or maybe that's from the chicken. This is, ooh, excuse me. There's a fair bit of carbonation there, but I would not recommend either of these products. And I'm glad they were limited release and are probably now far beyond the market. No one's going to be giving these anymore unless you're finding them on an online auction site. But not these cans. These have been opened, and I'll probably be pouring these down the drain, moving on to other beverages. So back with the McCrispy. We'll follow up with that. That's probably, I guess I'll finish that. But again, this is one of our sadder episodes here. Just reporting live from the Knee Winter home here at the Shenyang Hodaluko. Just get back. I think I actually have a business meeting coming up with my boss, so I'll probably get to that. And if he's watching this, I'm sorry I'm making you wait at home with the kids. We'll get back to that PHP driver triage momentarily. All right, take care, bye-bye, and have a great March.